Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am going to be telling you all about the books I managed to read in June. This is my third time recording this. The first time was horrible. The second time I was chewing gum the entire time, and even though I got it all done and it actually sounded okay, it was disgusting to be chewing gum the entire time. So I had to get rid of it. It had to go. It had to go. So this is third time's the charm. We're gonna hope that I get this correct. And you can actually see my computer I was trying to work on it. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and let you know all about the books I managed to read this past month. I read 9 books in the month of June, and then I finished one just today, which is the second. So I'm counting it in this wrap up simply because I started it last month and I finished it so early in this month that I don't think it really, I think it counts. And if you think it's cheating, that's a problem because it's my channel. I do what I want. I actually decided to use my headphone microphone to see maybe if the audio is better this way. So fingers crossed. But let's get into the actual bulk of the video. Let's go. um, Starting with the first book I actually managed to read this month, I read "We Are the Ants" by Sean David Hutchinson. I've got my phone over here to open to my Goodreads so I can remember all of them. We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. That's who it is. I listened to it on audiobook. I got it from Libro FM because they had it on sale, and I was really excited about that. This one is about a boy who's going through some things. He periodically gets abducted by aliens, and he finds out towards the beginning of the book they are giving him the choice to either save the world or let it go to ruins. And you basically follow him as he deals with his own interpersonal issues while also trying to decide whether or not he believes the earth is worth saving. It's heavy shit, but it's good. I liked it a lot. I gave this one a 4-star rating, and I was a little bit surprised that I did. But I really encourage other people to read it. The reason I liked it so much is because it dealt with interpersonal relationships so well. It kind of reminded me of Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. And before anyone starts making arbitrary connections, it is not because they both deal with gay men or gay teens. It's in fact because they both deal with teens who are going through emotional, mental struggles while having to deal with those interpersonal relationships in their lives, both romantic and platonic. So watch yourself. The next one I read that last month is Radio Silence. This one was also on sale on Libro FM. So got it again. I'm a big fan of audiobooks because I'm at work all day, so it's really the only way I can get a good amount of reading done. So this one is about two people who become friends and they work on a podcast together. That's the most basic, nondescript way I can describe it, but it's good. And again, it is a YA novel and it deals with interpersonal relationships. I think we're developing a theme. Only 2 books in. What? I really enjoyed this one. I was a little surprised because it the way it was described to me when I first was recommended it, I was a little hesitant, but I gave it a shot and I was ready. Yes. The one thing is, when I was recommended it, someone said that if I liked Night Vale, I would like it. So I did like the book, but not because I like Night Vale. I don't know why they thought that me liking Night Vale would endear me to this book. Like I said, I enjoyed the book itself, and I did enjoy their podcast sessions. But the book and Night Vale don't really connect outside of there being a podcast in general sense. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But either way, I enjoyed it. The next book I read was Monster Island. I actually own the physical copy of this book. If you watched my vlog from the Asian Readathon, you know I picked this up late night. I have 2 other books in this trilogy. This one's called Monster Nation. It is a doozy. It is about a man who travels to the U.S. during a zombie apocalypse with a contingent of child soldiers to get medicine for their general. and their shenanigans while there. This book, if you enjoy sci-fi original movies, if you enjoy zombie films that don't take themselves seriously and don't really have a huge commentary on consumerism, if you just want a quick summer read, something that's fun but like the plot isn't there, I'd recommend this. I gave this a 3-star. It's not the best book I've ever read, but it's a really fun book. I read it in a single afternoon. It's 300 something pages. Nope, 279. Really short. It'll get you through. Like I said, it's just a quick read. It's really fun. And if you enjoy sci-fi, this is it for you. This is it. It reminds me of Z Nation. If you like Z Nation, just saying, throwing it out there. You don't have to listen to me. I'm just saying, maybe you might like it. Just put it in your noggin. Think about it. Think about it. The next book I read, and this is the first book, I read The Wife Between Us, which is a domestic thriller, I believe they're called. I have never read a thriller. You're going to be shocked. Actually, I might have, but I can't remember it. So does it count if you don't remember reading it? No, I don't think it does. So this was definitely my very first domestic thriller. It is about, if I tell you too much, it's going to give it away. It's a thriller. I feel like thrillers you don't want to know too much about before you start. So it's about a woman and her husband and his new wife. That's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. A woman, her husband, his new wife. That's it. As a first impression of domestic thrillers, give it a 2.5. It's a 2.5. Almost a 3. It was not a 3. I wanted to like this because it was recommended to me as like I forget who it was. Someone was like, you should really read this as your first one. I'm like, okay. And also Books and Lala really liked it. And I was like, you know what? I trust most of her recommendations. And she's someone who really reads thrillers. So if she reads them, maybe I'll like it. It wasn't for me, but I think the problem with this is that it reads similar. Here I am connecting books to TV again. But it reads similar to a Lifetime movie. And I've never liked any Lifetime movie. Not a single one. Not a single Lifetime movie have I ever read and been like, yeah, that's good. No. I mean, wow. It's been a long day, but like the lighting's good right now, so I have to get this video out. But yeah, so if you like Lifetime, this is the book for you. If you were really into like Acrimony, the movie that recently came out, and I say recent, I mean within the last 5 years, or Sleeping with the Enemy, or Enough. So I guess those all count as domestic thrillers. I don't know. But yeah, this reads like a Lifetime movie and it gets pretty predictable. And as someone who does not read thrillers, I think that is an issue when I can predict it. I assume for the first book I should read in your genre, I should not know what's going to happen. Personally. I think it's well written though. Like I was engaged partial way through. The next book I read was Elevation by Stephen King. It was the first Stephen King I've read in a long time. Again, I can't remember the last time I read a Stephen King. I don't remember which one it was. He writes so many books, so it doesn't count. Fucking no. It doesn't count if I can't remember it. So this was my first Stephen King in years. Ever. We're going to say ever, because I can't remember. So we're going to assume it never happened. But yeah, so Elevation, I gave 4 stars. I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed this book. It was small. It was quick. But I loved it. Like I was invested from beginning to end. This book is about a man who starts losing weight, but not physically. Like you can't visually see it. He takes up. Oh no, He takes up the same amount of space as he would if he hadn't been losing weight. But every time he gets on the scale, he's at a lighter weight and he just continues to lose weight no matter what he does. He could eat a full meal and be bloated, but he's lost weight by the end of that meal. So I think and basically it deals a lot with interpersonal relationships again. I think there might be a thing, but I really enjoyed it. I don't want to give anything more away. It's not Like, I personally don't mind spoilers, but I do know a lot of people do, so I'm not gonna say any more about it because the reasons I like it might tell you what it's about. So, the next one I read is Good Morning Midnight, and I went through a lot to read this book. And let me tell you what I went through. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I went to Vegas at the beginning of this month to celebrate my cousin's 30th birthday. Hi, E, happy birthday! But I went to Vegas to celebrate her 30th birthday, and I took Good Morning Midnight with me, and then I lost Good Morning Midnight in Vegas, which means it's lost forever. I'll never get it back. I was really disappointed, but then I got my library card at the weekend I went to Pride, and so I just got the audiobook and used that to read it while I was at work. I love that book. Oh my god, it tore me apart. It in my own words, I was sucker punched by that book. Okay, I loved it. I loved it from beginning to end. I would recommend you read it. It is slow to begin. Not gonna lie, it's a very slow to start book. But once it starts, it is engaging. And another theme I learned about myself during this month, I'm really into science fiction novels that have to do with isolation. This has to do with isolation. So you have a man, Augustine, who goes by Augie, who is at an outpost in the Arctic. And he's all alone there because there was an evacuation. He decided he wasn't going to leave. And then there is a astronaut who is on board a ship coming back from Saturn. There's 6 of them there, but that deals with isolation in a whole different way. And I really liked it. And again, those interpersonal relationships were showing up. But yeah, it was really great. I encourage you to read it. It's not very long, and like I said, once you get past the slightly slow start, A++. I have to buy the physical book because I love that thing so much. Like, I'm gonna get the physical book. I'm also gonna buy the audio book on Libro. It's happening. The next book I read was The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and that one was a mystery. And that was my, again, first of its kind as far as I remember. I don't really like mysteries because I have a thing with instant gratification, but it was amazing. I liked it so much. And I didn't know where it was going. I had made assumptions and my assumptions were wrong. It was great. I loved it. Let's see. If you can probably guess by the title, it's about the 7 deaths of a woman named Evelyn Hardcastle. And basically the detective who's there lives 7 different days in 7 different bodies trying to solve this mystery. I can't tell you more. Can't even tell you why I liked it so much. The twist was great. I enjoyed it. Okay, read the book. You probably already have. It came out a while ago. The next one I read was Binti, another audiobook. Most of these are audiobooks, so just accept it. Binti is a science fiction novel. Main character is a person of color. And I know people hate it when you mention that, but I was really excited about that, okay? I think this is the first and only science fiction novel that I've ever read where the main character was a person of color. So let me have this, you whiners. Anyway, it is a really simple. Is it simple? It's got a lot going on in it. Like the world building in it is not super fleshed out, but I like this one not for in-depthness. I liked it more for the themes it presented. So it dealt a lot with dealing with tradition and family versus your own personal wants and sometimes needs. It dealt with emotional health. It dealt with another interpersonal relationship. So this one I gave a 4-star rating. I gave that 7 Deaths of Hardcastle 4 stars too. I don't think I mentioned it. I liked it. This has been a 4-star month for me. I don't know. Usually I'm a big fan of 3 stars, but like, here it is. The next one I read was The Martian. Oh, another thing I liked about Binti, sorry, I keep backtracking. Another thing I liked about Binti is that it dealt with her in space, in isolation. So again, the themes are everywhere. The next one though was The Martian. This is my first time ever reading it, and I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. 5 stars. you can see my makeup on my hand. Sorry, but I gave it 5 stars. It's perfection. I loved it so much. It's about this astronaut who is joined a team going to Mars, and he ended up being left behind, and so he is isolated and trying to figure out how to survive. And then also deals with the interpersonal relationship of his crew and the people back on Earth, as they, one, believe that he has died, and then two, realize he's alive and mount a rescue mission. I loved it. Okay, it was so amazing. And the one that I finished today that technically doesn't count, but I'm counting anyway, is Stephen King's The Outsider. Again, if you watch my vlog, you watched me pick this up along with Pray for by Michael Crichton. This is a thriller mystery. I don't know, horror. I don't know how to thriller. I'm gonna call it thriller. This one also got a 4-star. I am surprised how much I like this. So, like, beginning of this book, the first chunk, I was not here for it. I was like, it's boring. I'm tired of this. If it wasn't for the fact that I heard the middle gets better, I would have DNF'd it. I would have just put it down. But also, if I hadn't paid for it, because the thing about me is if I bought a book, I'm gonna read it beginning to end, even if I hate the thing. But yeah, so this is about a basic premise is there's a man who people saw commit a horrible crime, like horrible crime. There are witnesses, there's DNA evidence, there's fingerprints, but at the same time, there are witnesses, there's evidence that says he wasn't there to commit that crime. So what the fuck is going on? We don't know, Mr. King, we don't know. Read the book, find out. Or Wikipedia that shit. I mean, you live your best life. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Anyway, those were the 10 books that I read this past month. I enjoyed each and every one of them. I would encourage you to read them if you haven't read them already. As I said, I've noticed 2 big themes that came out in my reading this month. I'm really into interpersonal relationships, and I'm really into isolation in space. Not even in space, just science fiction with a big helping of isolation in it. So, I mean, if you guys have any recommendations for either of those, I'm here and I'm listening. That is it for this month. Like I said, I managed to read 10, which is amazing. It helps that they were mostly audiobooks because your girl does not have time. Once she gets, I have time, I'm just tired. Okay, I'm sleepy. Fight me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope that you like me enough to go ahead and subscribe, come spend some more time with me. And if you're feeling a little bit frisky, you can also go ahead and hit that bell button so you can get some notifications every time I upload. I promise I don't upload very often at all, so you won't be harassed. Promise. But I hope you, I hope you come back, and also, go ahead and follow my social media, which is down below. I'm actually most active on my Twitter, so if you only want to follow one of them, that would be the one to do it. We can talk about more books. It's a thought. You can also hear me rant at the ignoramuses that you meet on Twitter. I went on. Don't worry about it. Anyway, though, once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.